Welcome. Welcome back to Breathe. Just you, the breath, and the breakthrough. I'm your host, Farron Winter. And this is a space where we slow down, soften, and reconnect with the wisdom that has been living inside of us all along. Because healing isn't just about learning something new. Sometimes it's about remembering what your body already knows. And today, we're talking about one of the hardest parts of healing. Not setting a boundary, holding it. Before we begin, I want to offer a gentle reminder. If today's conversation brings up memories of relationships where your boundaries have repeatedly been ignored, manipulated, or punished, notice what your body needs as you listen. You don't have to force yourself to stay with anything that feels overwhelming. Pause if you need to. Take a walk. Place a hand over your heart. Come back to your breath. Healing isn't measured by how much discomfort you can tolerate. It's measured by how safely you learn to return to yourself. As always, this podcast is here to support your journey. But it isn't a substitute for mental health care or medical advice. If you find yourself needing additional support, please reach out to a trusted healthcare provider or mental health professional. If you are driving or operating machinery, please wait. Wait to enjoy this particular episode until you're in a safe space where you can simply settle in and breathe. Your safety is the first step towards your peace. Today, simply meet yourself with curiosity, not judgment. And we'll do this just one breath at a time. Let's begin. There is something no one really tells you about boundaries. The hardest part isn't finding the courage to say no. The hardest part comes after that. It's when someone ignores what you've said. When they ask again. When they push. When they guilt you. When they pretend they didn't hear you. Or when they look disappointed enough that every old part of you wants to make their discomfort disappear. For many of us, that's the moment the nervous system lights up. Suddenly, your calm certainty begins to wobble. Maybe you start wondering if you're being selfish. Maybe you begin collecting reasons to defend yourself. Maybe you explain your boundaries 6 different ways, hoping they'll finally understand. Or maybe you simply give in because the conflict feels heavier than holding the boundary itself. If you've ever done that, you're not weak. You're human. Because boundaries don't just challenge other people. They awaken old survival strategies inside of us. Today's episode isn't about making people agree with your boundary. It's about learning how to stay connected to yourself when someone doesn't. Before we continue, let's take a breath together. Allow yourself to settle in wherever you are. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Soften your face. Notice where your body is making contact with maybe a chair beneath you, or with the floor beneath your feet. Take a slow inhale through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Again, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and this time, let the exhale become just a little bit longer. Imagine every exhale releasing one thing you no longer need to carry. The urge to justify, the need to explain, the pressure to make everyone else comfortable. Just breathe. Long exhale. Soft shoulders. Steady heartbeat. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's continue. When someone crosses a boundary, your body reacts long before your mind catches up. Your heart may race. Your stomach tightens. Your chest contracts. Maybe your face gets warm. Maybe your breathing becomes shallow. Your nervous system isn't simply responding to today's conversation. It's remembering every time your needs were not honored. Every moment you learned that keeping other people comfortable was safer than disappointing them. That's why boundaries can feel so physically exhausting. Your body isn't asking, "What should I say?" It's asking, "Am I still safe if I stay in my truth?" Notice what happens inside you when someone questions your decision. Do you shrink? Do you become defensive? Do you rush to explain? Do you freeze? Or do you immediately start searching for a compromise before they've even asked? None of these responses mean that you have failed. They're simply patterns. Patterns that once protected you. But today, you have another option. Instead of staying trapped inside the story, why won't they listen? Why don't they understand? Come back into your body. Feel your feet. Spread your toes. Lengthen your spine. relax your jaw. Take one slow breath. Because your body cannot tell the difference between emotional pressure and physical danger until you remind it. This moment is uncomfortable. It is not unsafe. That distinction changes everything. One of the great lessons I've learned about boundaries is this. If someone didn't respect your first explanation, a better explanation usually isn't what they're waiting for. Many of us believe if we could just find the perfect words, the perfect amount of kindness, the perfect tone, then people would understand. And sometimes they will. Sometimes they won't. And that isn't your responsibility. A boundary isn't a courtroom argument. It's not a debate. It doesn't require a closing statement. It only requires consistency. Think about a tree. A tree doesn't argue with the wind. It simply continues being rooted. When the wind pushes, the tree doesn't become a different tree. It returns to its roots. And that is what we're practicing. Returning. Again and again. You don't need a brand new explanation every time someone challenges your limits. Sometimes healing sounds incredibly simple. We use phrases like, "I'm not available for that." "I've already made my decision." Or simply the word no. Not louder, not colder, not meaner, just steady, calm repetition. This is sometimes called the broken record technique. Not because you're trying to frustrate someone, but because your nervous system is learning that consistency creates safety. Each time you calmly repeat your boundary, you're teaching your body something new. You don't have to abandon yourself to create peace. Let that settle and say it with me. I don't have to abandon myself to create peace. And there's the anchor I'd love for you to carry with you this week. This is the mantra I give to you. Say it with me. I don't need to convince you to respect my limit for it to remain valid. Say it slowly. I don't need to convince you to respect my limit for it to remain valid. One more time, a little slower. I don't need to convince you to respect my limit for it to remain valid. Notice how your body responds. Does it soften? Does it resist? Simply take a moment to notice. Healing often begins with just noticing. Before we finish today, let's return to the breath. Take a moment to sit a little taller. Feel both feet firmly grounded. Take a slow inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale for a count of 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathing in. Allow the count to occur in your mind. Receiving steadiness. Breathing out. Releasing the need to carry everyone else's emotions. One final breath. Inhale confidence. Exhale peace. Allow your shoulders to soften. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice that you are here, present, whole, and safe. This week, I want to invite you into one small experiment. Choose one boundary. Not the biggest one, just one. And if someone questions it, pause. Take one breath. Feel your feet. Then simply repeat your boundary. Without apologizing, without over-explaining, without managing their discomfort. Remember, someone else's reaction doesn't determine whether your boundary was the right one. Your nervous system deserves the experience of discovering that staying true to yourself is safe. One breath at a time. If this episode met you where you are today, I'd be so grateful if you would follow the podcast, leave a review, or share it with someone who could use this reminder. Every share helps this community grow and helps these conversations reach someone who may be searching for exactly this kind of support. If you'd like to continue practicing with me throughout the week, you'll find the links to my newsletter, guided offerings, and my somatic journal in the stillness at farronwinter.com/links or in the show notes. Remember, boundaries aren't walls that separate us from others. They're the steady ground that allows us to stay connected to ourselves. And every time you honor one with calm consistency, you're teaching your nervous system that your needs matter. Your voice matters and your peace is worth protecting. I'd like to thank you for spending this time with me today. Until our next breath together, may you move through this week with gentleness. May you trust your body's wisdom. May you remember that you don't have to earn the right to honor your limits. Take care, and I'll meet you in the stillness.